Good morning. I forgot my AirPods, so I have no monitoring today. But I can see the levels, so hopefully that helps. Boom, boom. Nice and straight. All right, give me 1 minute here. Okay, I just need to share this super quick. And we're starting with the 28. There you go. Autocorrect always changes Otus to something else. Okay. Just had to send that out. All right. I think everything is running correctly. I think we're going through the correct microphone, which is nice. Actually, I have no idea. Let me pull it up on... I can't hear anything, so let's see what happens. Of course, it's an ad. Okay, testing the audio. 1, 2, 3. Okay, testing the audio. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the correct microphone. Testing the audio. Okay, that's sufficient. All right, I'm gonna jump in. Oh, I did not realize there's some changes to OBS. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to mess with OBS. I'm not going to explore new features right now. All right. 28mm. The chonky one. I believe that this set that I'm modifying is brand new. I don't think they've ever been used. I feel like I'm missing some light here. So these lenses right now are only getting a declick and a mount conversion. So not a particularly in-depth modification day, but I'm a little limited on time. I have to be giving another presentation for the ASC at noon or something, I think. What mount to what mount? These are currently in Nikon F mount, and I am converting them to Canon EF mount. And no, they cannot be converted to BL. I've tried. I mean, they could with enough rehousing, but just a straight up mount conversion is definitely not possible. Yeah, these have never been opened. Clicky, super clicky. It's satisfying. It's nice and consistent. Pretty much every lens that Zeiss produces that is made in Japan is designed really, really well. The classics, the Milvis, the Loxia, the Otus. I'm almost out of chemicals. I might have enough to make it through this batch of lenses, but filling that bottle is a pain. So yeah, around 12, I'll have to call it quits to get ready for that ASC masterclass, which, by the way, if you ever considered doing the ASC masterclass, because of the pandemic, they took it online. So if location was ever an issue, if you couldn't make it to Hollywood, I would highly encourage you to check it out, since it's all online now. You may not get the same hands-on experience with some of the locations they would go to for the original masterclass, but getting knowledge from those ASC cinematographers is pretty fantastic. What is distinguishing about the Otus versus other modern Zeiss glass? I would say the distinguishing factor is their sheer, brutal image quality. They are a take-no-prisoners optical design. If you're looking for something vintage or pleasing or character-rich, these are not the way to go. These are brutally sharp. if your project calls for something that is very clean, very accurate, maybe a lot of VFX work, then the Otus would be a good choice. But if you're looking for, most of the lenses I do in the mod stream are vintage Leica or Zeiss Contax or similar, Nikon AIS. These are the opposite of that. Hello. How do the Otus compare to Contax Zeiss? Like I was just saying, they are very different. Contax are going to have a lot more character, more chromatic aberration, more spherical aberration, more distortion. The Otus are going to be much, much cleaner and more accurate. Do I have a recommendation for a mini screwdriver set? Yes. You mean like this one? Is that what you're asking, Logan? Allow me to assist. Yeah, this bottle is pretty much empty. Any concerns buying a used Otus lens? B&H frequently sells them. Yes and no. Otus lenses are relatively big and heavy, and they can easily be abused. So, I mean, no more than buying any other super high quality lens from a used dealer. I don't know what B&H's policy is, but if there's a return period or a evaluation period, I'd say go for it. You're only going to save money that way. But if you buy it and that's it, it is what it is, it's a done deal, I'd say that's kind of scary. That's risky. You always want to be able to check a used lens before, not before you buy it, but you want to have the option to return it if it doesn't check out. I don't think B&H has any sort of rating system, or maybe they do. But a website like KEH that has very clear ratings on used lenses is much better. Or maybe B&H does have ratings like excellent or good, fair, whatever. Oh, that's nice. I should have ran it without any lubrication so you can hear what it sounds like. It's raspy and dry. This is nice and smooth and creamy. These lenses declick very well. All of the Zeiss lenses do. Even the Milvus that have it built in, but the built-in declick function from the factory for the Milvus is pretty terrible. So if you do pick up a Milvus, I highly recommend having it properly declicked. I have to move this somewhere. Try not to hit my microphone. All my chemicals are running low. Jeez. What is that? Whatever I had in this bowl last time is completely caked on. Top tip, no matter how few screws you're using, never leave them on your bench. Always put them in something. And the reason for that is if one little screw is sitting out and you don't think to look, and you have a front element that is pretty close, like this one, and you go to put it down on top of that screw, you're going to smash your front element. So just a solid habit. Don't leave screws out on your bench. Even if it's just one screw, put it in something. Oh, we need thread locker. wound up picking some Tokina Vista Primes up on your recommendation and couldn't be happier. Feeling like a purchase last. Good. Yeah, the Tokina Vista Primes are pretty solid. It's hard to go wrong with those. What camera are you pairing it with? Who said that? Brandon. Just curious. Good morning, Marcin. Welcome back. S1H. Oh, nice. I have heard nothing but good things of the S1H. I think one of its biggest supporters is Timur Savan, good friend of mine. He raves about how flexible that camera is. And, you know, with the right settings, he can get it to match airy footage, no problem. So I don't think that's surprising too much. I think that's a fantastic camera. Trying to think if there's a project I've been working on. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about it on stream. Steven, good morning. Last stream was amazing. Tons of knowledge shared. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. What was the last stream? Oh, was that the new lens roundup? Yeah, I really wanted to do more on camera, but the compression just doesn't work for YouTube. It's really not a good indication of what the lenses are capable of. Hey, Phil. Yes, Phil was one of the earliest people to adopt the Otus for cinema. I'm gonna make a call real quick and see if I'm allowed to talk about something. Pardon me. I'm gonna mute you. Okay, I'm back. I've been through a bunch of cams. It's super hard to find anything I dislike about it. It really blows me away in terms of dynamic range. That's pretty much the biggest selling point. Yeah. Ah, Phil's Vista tests. Yeah, coincidentally, we're talking about two of Phil's favorite lenses right now. The Otus Primes and the Vista Primes. Give me one more minute here. I just got the thumbs up to discuss a little side project I've been working on. But I need to... Okay. How's everybody else's morning going? Okay, I think I did that right. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is working now. Okay. All right, I'm dropping a link here right now. This is a little side project I've been working on that I figure would be an ideal project for you all. There we go. That is the first time I've shared that link with anybody, because we just got our first shipment of products. So, if you feel like supporting this stream and showing your lens geekery, then definitely pick up some merch. And that should be good fun. That's been months in the works, getting designs hammered out and everything ordered. We're not doing, it's pretty common for people to do the like print on demand type of business, but this is like traditional. Everything is in stock and we all print it all. It's all our designs. So enjoy. What are your personal favorite vintage lenses for the character look? Personally, I've always been, since the day I tried them, I've always been a fan of the Super Baltars. And then second to that, I know it's highly debated, but I do love Super Speeds, as you can see on lensgeek.com. Lens-geek. Sorry. lens-geek.com. So you guys definitely just got the early bird scoop on that project. And the plan is to release new designs probably every other month or so. I think the next one that's coming out that I'm super excited for is the Zeiss 28 Hollywood, because everybody loves that lens. It's one of those t-shirts that's going to be, you know, if you don't know what the 28 Hollywood is, then you don't know. but for the people that do know, actually, it might not be that one next, because that would be 2 Zeiss in a row. I have to mix it up. Good for the soul and mind. I agree. I think I've told the story on this stream a couple times, but I think when I started doing the mod stream, it was equally beneficial for me because it was in the middle of the first lockdown in LA, and we had no customers. Half of our staff was at home, so it was therapeutic for me to talk to fellow lens geeks still. So thank you guys for watching, hanging out. It made the confines of my lens cave much more bearable. From a hybrid shooter perspective, our old Minolta MC Rocore is a worthwhile investment in collecting, modding, using. I think so. I like the Rocores. But that's a very, as is the case with pretty much every vintage lens, it's highly subjective. You have a lot of people that swear by Zeiss contacts but hate like R. It's all extremely subjective. So personally, I say yes, but I would also say, again, personally, the Rocores wouldn't be my first choice. But for somebody that's looking for something different than everyone else, different than the usual Zeiss contacts and Canon FD and all that, the Rocores are definitely a good option. I don't, you asked if they're a worthwhile investment. I'd say definitely not. The days of vintage lenses tripling in price are, I think, limited, highly limited. If you grabbed a set of Rocores or Leicas or contacts 10 years ago, I'd say, yeah, it's an investment for sure. But the question always is, can you build a set? With the Rocores? Yeah, sure. Alright, I did not grab caps, so this one's done as is. Next, haha, I remembered to change the title this time. There we go. Zeiss Otus 55mm f1.4. This one also appears to be brand new. Absolutely no marks on the mount. Oh, who was asking before? B&H. Terrence, if you're still here, on those lenses from B&H, so they usually use a stock photo. They don't always put a photo of the actual lens that you're buying. So if you can, ask them for photos of the lens, specifically the mount. If the lens was used excessively or carelessly, you'll notice a ton of brassing and scratching all around the mount. You know, this one is brand new, so there's pretty much nothing there. It's clean and consistent. There's a good view. No scratching, no brassing. But on a lens that's used a lot, you'll definitely notice wear patterns. I disagree about the prices. Have you seen what happened to OM lenses? Some tripled in price overnight. That's what I'm saying, is if you're buying them now, they're not going to triple again. That's why I'm saying those days are gone. Pretty much any vintage lens that could be snatched up has gone up in price already. So if you're buying something now, you're already paying the higher price, not the investment price, so to speak. I think OM lenses skyrocketed because of Alex Zero Optic. I also feel like some of that price jump is just because people were waiting for the next investment lens. So even if people had no intention of actually modifying a set, they got snatched up so they could be resold. Oh, wrong one. Brokers are still okay because Alex. Yeah. I gotta move my chat window. Chat. Where are you? I think I'm gonna get a second monitor, like a tiny little monitor, just to put right in front of me. So I can keep, actually, oh, that's brilliant. I could do that. Put it right here. I have a phone mount right in front of me. I can just use that. Nope, it's gonna hit the lens. There we go. Well, that's much better. Maybe not. Oh no! It held down the power button and it went into emergency mode. Like call paramedics mode. Okay, I need to move this just a tad. Okay, I think that's not in the shot. Is that in the shot? No, I think it's okay. There we go. Man, if you guys could see my streaming rig here, it's laughable. It definitely belongs on shitty rigs. Okay, I think I'm good now. I think I can successfully monitor the chat. It's getting warm in here. fun story with the Zeiss Otus. This 55mm was the first to come out in the set, or in the range. And according to Zeiss, because they were so high priced and they were such a specialty lens, you know, who's going to pay thousands of dollars for a lens with no autofocus, no image stabilization or optical image stabilization, nothing. They thought nobody's going to buy this, and it was supposed to just be a proof of concept, basically Zeiss's way of saying, look what we can do, we're capable of this, and it doesn't matter if nobody buys it. And then it sold like crazy. Every pro photographer lusted after the Otus because of its sheer image quality. And so then they released the 85 and then the 28, and now the most recent is the 100, which I don't quite know why they did that, because 85 and 100 is not dissimilar in terms of angle of view. But I constantly get the question, which Otus is coming next? And I cannot say. Not that I'm not allowed to say, I just simply don't know. I would like to think that they will continue adding Otus lenses to the line, but I don't know. Who knows after 2020 what any lens manufacturer is doing. Especially with the introduction and success of lenses like DZO, where they're good enough to get the job done. Does that leave room for uber high-end optics? Oops, I almost forgot the entire plate. Kind of defeats the purpose. I don't like how raspy this one is. Tokina Vista Prime versus Canon CNE Prime versus Otus versus Vespid. Those are 4 pretty different sets. That's a very tricky short answer. I could give you the long answer, give you the pros and cons of each. But my first question would be, what are you shooting? What type of content are you shooting? Commercials. That's still kind of vague. I would say if you're looking for sheer image quality, go with the Otus. If you're looking for image quality and usability on set, so like if you have an AC that needs to work with the lenses, I'd say go with the Vistas. And then between the CNE and the Vespid primes, it's hard to justify the CNEs over the Vespids. The only benefit really would be the faster aperture. So if you need the faster aperture, I'd say go with the CNEs. If you're looking to save a couple bucks, I'd say go with the Vespid. I guess between the Otus and the Vista, you're also looking at what lens mount you have at your disposal. If your camera is EF mount only, then I would probably recommend going with the Vistas. The Otus. Because Vistas are a bit heavy for EF mount work. If you're going PL mount, then I would recommend the Vistas. What is rubbing? Something is not. Alexa Mini with both mounts. Ooh. That does not narrow it down. I mean, all of these, you're going to have the benefit of massive coverage compared to the Alexa Mini, unless it's a Mini LF. I'm going to stick to what I said originally. If you have, well, I really don't recommend using the Vista Primes in EF mount. So if you're working on, if the type of work that you're doing requires a camera operator, an AC, somebody pulling focus, I would recommend the Otus. The Vistas. It'll make their life much easier. Otus are fantastic optics, but as far as pulling focus, they're a challenge. And if you just want to save a ton of money, there's really nothing wrong with the Vespids, as long as you are aware of their shortcomings. Which would be the slower speed at T2.0 instead of 1.5 on the Vistas and f1.4 on the Otus. And then the C&E are kind of mixed throughout the set. You got T1.3 in the 1585, then you have T1.5 in the others, and then the 14 is T3.5, I believe, and then the 135 is T2 point something. That's a little better. Still kind of noisy. I believe I found it. Let's see if this helps. Oops. Still kind of noisy. I think that's about as good as we're going to get this, though. Yeah, I don't like that. That grease that I just added does not belong there. I don't want to add more grease, but let's just distribute some of this better. I don't know, I just turned up the speaker volume. I don't know if it's going to give feedback. It might. Have you noticed a lot of chromatic aberration on ultra prime? I've been using those lately. See, it's terrible. Yeah, that's ultra primes. But they say Arri and Zeiss on them, so people are willing to overlook that. So, yeah, chromatic aberration. Check out the focus breathing on ultra primes. Everyone's up in arms about focus breathing on things like Sigma and other reasonably priced cine lenses. But if you look at an ultra prime, the focus breathing is terrible. But nobody cares because it says ultra prime on it. Oh, that's better. I like that much better. Oh, did I kill the... I think I killed the music for you guys. Oh, yeah, I did. Whoops. Well, it looks like I don't get the music today. That's fine. I'll survive. Oh, shoot. What time is it? Okay, it's 11. I didn't set a timer or anything, but I need to... I can't miss that ASC presentation. Yeah, there's definitely a cult following of Arri lenses. There's definitely a group of people that will use whatever Arri produces and say that it's the best just because Arri produced it, even though Arri, there's absolutely no arguing Arri makes fantastic cameras. But let's remember that Arri does not make lenses. Arri contracts lens manufacturers to make lenses for them. They always have. I made a mess of that one. That aperture feels nice now. Are the Zeiss Otus lenses too heavy to use on the Sony a7S III on a Nova Flex adapter? Yes. Unless you're supporting the adapter, I would say yes. They will droop just enough between the lens and the adapter, and then the adapter and the camera to cause issues. Maybe not so much on the long ones, but on the wide ones, most likely. And I don't say that because the long ones are smaller. I say that because the flange focal depth of longer focal length lenses is nowhere near as critical as wide angle lenses. So if your lens is drooping a tiny bit and you're adding a thousandth of an inch to your total flange depth, you're probably not going to notice it on an 85 or 100. At least not as much as you would on a 28 or a 55. Okay, that one's good. Last one. Okay, and we'll change our $85, right? Yeah. There we go. That works. I think. Yeah, sure. All right. Oh no. Get back here. All right, a little bit of grease. What time is the ASC talk? Don't forget this. Thank you. It's technically at 12:30, I think, so I need to get prepped around 12. So I have to, this is my last lens, so I should be done well before then. So thank you very much, Jim. The ASC thing is for their master class. I'm speaking to these students, participants, whatever you want to call them. This is odd. Just noticed this. This lens appears to be brand new, but there's little, right on these corners, there's little bits of silver sort of chunked through the anodizing. Just on the edges. I wonder if that was factory modified. Maybe it was rubbing too much. That's fantastic. Good, good. Yeah, today's stream is pretty short. Because I knew I had to get to that other thing, I picked a set that I knew wouldn't take too long. So, hopefully next weekend we'll do something in-depth, lengthy. I did have a set of Mamiya Secor Cs that were getting full mods and a PL conversion, which I would like to have done, but it just would have taken too long. What's your impression of Voigtlander Micro Four Thirds lenses? I think they're fantastic. Ever since the GH4, the Noktons have been pretty much the only lenses I use on Micro Four Thirds for stills and motion. With the exception of a couple of the Panasonic Leica, the faster autofocus lenses. Other than that, it's been all Noktons. And they just released... shoot, what was it? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? There's two new Nokton lenses. I think it's a 60... Yeah, the 60.95. And it's not even on our website yet, but the other one is a oh geez, what is it? The 60 is a phenomenal lens. It's kind of a beast as far as Micro Four Thirds lenses go, but it's really, really nice. Why can't I find it? There it is. This is the new one, which we're supposed to be getting it any day now. It's a 29mm f.8 Nokton. We should be getting those any day now. That is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to put that on the camera. Let that sink in. f0.8. I have very high expectations for that lens. Oddly enough, the factory that manufactures these Zeiss Otus lenses is the same factory that produces the Voigtlander Nokton lenses. that 0.8 lens will be micro four thirds only. That lens should be on our website probably Monday for pre-order. That's going to be, I mean, Christmas present. I have very high expectations. I was excited when this 60 came out, and I shot around with it a lot, and I had a lot of fun with it. And then I was made privy to the 23, what is it? 29, sorry. And I practically forgot about the 60 because the 29 just sounded so good. That a lens with that speed, then you get to the point where you have to ask yourself, you know, if you're shooting wide open at f/0.8, is it helping your content or is it hurting it? That's definitely that Jurassic Park moment. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's how fast that aperture is. Okay, so we'll check these. Where are these? Got the short boy. And that's it for the Otai. I don't know that I even have that lens in my system yet. No, it's not. So, yeah, I gotta add that. Alright. Anyways. Hey Matt, was recently asking you where I could improve my lens servicing skills in EU. TLS did not work out because I'm from Eastern Europe. COVID and relocated and not a good combo. If TLS couldn't, if you're in Eastern Europe, try maybe PS Technic. I can't really speak for them, so I don't know if they even consider training. most companies like that, like us, like TLS, like PS Technic, they don't have, they reserve their training for their own staff to keep it in-house. I don't know that PS Technic would offer training to an outsider, so to speak. But can't hurt to ask. If they don't offer training, they might know who could. Maybe also, I don't know how lens-centric they are these days, but Pure 4C, maybe they have an idea. Aside from that, I don't think they'll do anything because of COVID right now, but you could reach out to Zeiss and Leica. Both of them do offer training. I think anybody can participate in the Zeiss one, but they might have some technical prerequisites, or they might start you at the very bottom, which maybe is not a bad thing. Alright, that is it. All done. Thank you guys. I will probably do another stream next Sunday. Hey there, big fan. Thank you. Any chance there will ever be a wider Otus? I would hope so, but I think that producing a lens at the quality of the Otus wider than 28 would be very challenging, or at least at that speed. There's two prerequisites for a lens to be an Otus. It has to be ultra high quality, and it has to be f1.4. So I don't think that will happen. But as far as pairing a wider lens with the Otus, the Milvus 15 will work really well. You can easily pair that with an Otus and get fantastic results. So check that out. I'll do one last little reminder here. There you go. So check that out. You guys get first look, early access, all that. So yeah, thank you for joining, and I will see you next Saturday.